Yeah, my name is Pat George. I am 69 years young. I've been a member of this community for over half my life at this point in time. That's 35 years. I started out, I rented a place on Bald Eagle Lake for 10 years. I've been in the village here on Church Street for the last 25. Very passionate about my town and the people in it. Also, I taught locally here at the high school for close to 30 years. I taught business classes and computer classes there. Loved doing it. I had a good time with the kids. And I retired from there in 2015. So that's a start. Regarding the community here, I say I love it here. I guess the best way I could describe it is I'm retiring here also. So I'm not going out of town, I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. So, and that partly will lead into your question about why I'm running. I care about the people, and I'll just want to call it that. And the issues that I see the village facing.
At 69, is it not time to retire, or is it time to get back now, maybe?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been sitting on the couch for the last 3 years. So I thought what I would do on question number 2, as far as why I want to run, is that's it. I've sat back and observed here, and I've certainly been observing local politics here for 35 years. Most notable issues, sewers, things like that. So yeah, I guess I could call it almost a spiritual urging. Get off the couch, get out of the dugout, and let's take a couple swings here. I had initially. I wrote, during this last year, a couple letters to the newspaper on some issues. What I thought the school district should do with the Fletcher building, that I thought would be great for the community and help the business district. And I wrote a very impassioned letter back late June, early July, regarding air quality in the village and what we could do to improve it. So that's and I thought that particular issue was. I think we can do more. My big issue is going to be the air quality, and so I thought I would rather than just write letters, I would get off the couch and throw my hat in the ring.
Well, involvement sounds like it's something you're very familiar with. So I guess what question I would have is what maybe strengths that you have as a candidate, because this would be your. I think first endeavor in
throwing my baseball cap in the ring. Yes.
Yeah. What's maybe some strengths that we don't know about you?
Well, I think the people that probably know me the best would be parents and kids that I had in high school all those years.
What would they know?
I think they would know Mr. George as a very calm, kind, nice guy. I think the kids knew that I respected them and I liked them, and as a teacher that's very important. If they sense that, you could get them on your side, and I think, and they know I genuinely had a good time with them and liked them. So strength-wise, I say if I can be with 100 plus teenagers every day, I think part of my strengths are I'm a good listener, I'm reasonably calm, and I'm open to other opinions. I'm a good listener. I don't know if I've already said that. I think I communicate well, both verbally and written-wise. I think the letters I wrote were ace letters, and I write well. But the big thing is, and let me think if there's anything else, loyalty. I'm very loyal. I think people that know me, I don't have that many friends, but the friends that I do have, the people I know, I'm pretty loyal to them.
Well, then let's get something specific.
Okay.
There's a cornucopia of issues in the community.
Yes.
Do you focus in on one of those? Is there something that's maybe near and dear to your heart that you find that maybe we need to address first if you become a trustee?
Yes, I can do one real quick because I've been around this community long enough to know. I think the thing too is, as far as why I'm here, is I'm here primarily to represent the village community and their interest. Doesn't mean I'm anti-business here in this town, but I know sometimes I get the feeling that the council is supposed to be very supportive of business, and I am, but I'm more supportive of the residents and their opinions.
Okay.
So I know this much. I know it is political suicide in this village to run and be against private ownership and maintenance of septics. Fortunately, I'm okay on that issue. I remember going in front of the, when they had the village meeting at the school board at that time. A lot of people, and I stood up and certainly voiced my opinion on the septics, but that's that. Here's my main issue. My main issue, I think, the biggest issue I see not talked about in this community, and I've lived here for 35 years, I think the air in this community stinks. And I think it's a health issue.
Okay.
Basically, and people are going to say, I know Dave Wampus came in and talked, and I wasn't aware he was talking about what ordinances and things like that we have in place. But my honest feeling is this: I think basically anybody can burn anytime, anything they want to, despite what the ordinance says. And I get tired of coming home to my house on a nice day with the windows wide open and walking in and having it smell like an ashtray. And I'm older. I got good lungs, but I'm very susceptible to that. I know after the letter I wrote to the paper, there were 2 other people that wrote. And I figure if 3 of us wrote, I'll bet there's at least 30 of us that are concerned by that. And I'm concerned enough about the air quality to think it's almost the same thing to me as somebody walking in an elevator and lighting up a cigarette. We don't do that anymore. So I'm not totally outlawing burning in this city. When I say burning, I'm talking open burning in that. So you mean on my fire pit I can't use it anymore? What I proposed in my letter, and what I would say very strongly from an issue standpoint, is I think we could, the biggest thing I think we would need to burn on would be in the springtime and in the fall. We got stuff in the yard we got to get rid of. What I would do if I was the fire department, and I'd let the fire department regulate all burning. There are no such thing, and I have to be careful with this. Oops. Again, we're going to cut some of this on this grade. Because here's the deal. What I do want to state though is I would let the fire department regulate it entirely. So what does that mean? I would say for a week in the spring, burn. For a week in the fall, burn. And special occasions, Halloween coming up, the big bonfire at Baker Field, burn. How about homecoming weekend? Go ahead. How about special events? Go ahead. What I want to do is I want to take out of somebody's hands, the individual to say, hey, I'll burn anytime, anything, anywhere I want, which is the way I honestly think it is now. And I would say let's regulate the burning. That's my big issue. Do
you determine between, say, garbage and somebody having a bonfire in their backyard with a fire pit?
I know some people don't, but I'm just saying smoke in general is not good.
Okay. Yeah. So you'd eliminate fire pits?
I'm not going to go there. I think the fire pits could be used on days that it's okay to burn. Okay. I'll give you a classic example on it, Greg. It's this. When we got an air quality alert out, and it's 87 degrees, and somebody decides it's a good time to burn, I don't think we should be doing that.
Right.
That's all. No, I think the fire pits are fine. I'm just saying regulate when people can come out and use them. That's it. And I know I probably said more than I should have. If I had time to edit this, I'd cut it down. But basically, again, I think there just should be regulated times when we can burn. And hopefully that would satisfy enough people that on special occasions, go ahead and use those fire pits. But do I want, like coming home last night when I was out, it's at least cold enough, but I mean, the air stinks. And I just think the village to me is such a cool place and a great place. When I came over here today, and I live on Church Street, and I walked over here, it's gorgeous outside. It's crisp. It's great air. And I just say I want that regulated. Okay. And I want people to know that's one of my main issues going in. Okay. And if they got a problem with it, I'm not going to eliminate it. And I am open to suggestions. I'm just saying we can do a lot better than we do now. Okay.
And is there anything we've missed covering Mr. George? Is there anything we don't know about you?
No, and I think I will say this, and I should have said this in the beginning too. I've been putting down Mr. Pat George, because I think most of my recognition is, wait a minute, if I put down Pat, oh, that's Mr. George. He taught at the high school. And I think basically the recognition from the kids who, believe me, I taught long enough to have teach the kids of kids that I have that that's the big recognition. They know who I am, and if they want to vote for me, that's great. And I'm glad I did it. I can tell you it's a stretch from my comfort zones, yeah. But that's I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Okay.